What? Sorry. Okay, I'm back again. I'll be reading some more from Star Wars, The Weapon of a Jedi, and Luke Skywalker Adventure. Chapter 5, Vision of the Past. He was swimming in dark water beneath two pale moons in a sky spangled with stars. He moved through the water with smooth, easy strokes, easy strokes alternately gliding along the surface and dipping beneath it. When he got tired, he surfaced and treaded water gently until the ripples he created ebbed, turning the water into a mirror of the night sky. He looked down at the water and saw his face looking back, except it wasn't his face. His reflection had black eyes and molted gray and a green skin with and green skin wreathed by tentacles. He dove powerful kicks of his feet, taking him deep beneath the water. He inhaled water but didn't choke. The oxygen in it revitalized him. He smiled. It was peaceful down there below the surface, a realm of pleasantly cool water and muted sound. A rock wall loomed ahead of him, with a dark oval cut in the middle of it. He swam down into it, then up through a twisting corridor. His feet found porches on stone steps, and his head broke the surface of the water. At the top of the stairs stood a human in dark gray and brown robes. He was holding a lightsaber, which he held out with a smile. With a smile. Luke awoke with a start, sitting up in the bed in his room in the Tikaroo part. It was dark, and the night thumped with the song of insects. 3PO sat on a bench against the wall. His photoreceptors dark as he recharged, but Luke saw the red light of R2's processing indicator turn his way, followed by a curious beep. I was swimming, he said, and R2 whispered questioningly. In my dream, of course, Luke said, trying to clear the fog from his dream. I can't swim. Not much use for it on Tatooine, but in the dream I could. R2 offered a barefoot, and Luke smiled. Because in the dream I was someone else, he said, scrubbing his hands through his messy hair. I don't understand it either. He swung his feet to the floor and walked out onto the balcony. Just a few lights shone in sleeping. Tikaroo. Luke looked up into the night and saw two pale moons above. He immediately recognized them as the same ones he'd seen in his dream, even down to their positions in the sky. The constellations were identical too. Devaron. I was dreaming of Devaron. No, not dreaming. It was the Force giving me another clue about where to go. Luke leaned on the railing of the balcony and stared out past the great spire on the edge of town, a darker shape against the starry sky. There was a lake out there in the jungle, a lake, and an alien Jedi had swum in, and that lake hid a passageway. Now he knew where he was supposed to go. Partridge and Tarinet made for a warm-feeling breakfast, but Lou got a chilly reception from PORST, and the guides all curtly informed him that they weren't for hire. Angry, he stormed out through the depot swinging doors into the streets of Tikaroo, with 3PO shuffling hurriedly after him. Luke had sent R2 to the landing field to check on how KIVAS was doing with the repairs. The villagers glanced at him curiously as he marched through the town, imagining and rejecting various ideas, flying the repaired Y-wing into the jungle, say, or trusting an uncertain combination of R2 sensors and his own shaky command of the Force. He knew neither of the other's plans was a good one, and the other ideas he came up with were even worse. There was no help for it. He'd have to go back to the depot and tell the guides that since credits were no object, they should name their price solely. One of them would be greedy enough to risk a journey to the Forbidden Towers. 3PO tapped him on the shoulder. Master Luke, I believe that girl from the landing field has been following us. Luke glanced back and spotted a slim DEVARONIAM figure with spots on her forehead ducking around the corner of a house. He sighed and strolled off in that direction. FARNAY had pushed herself against the wall. She glared at him when he arrived, taking one step to run, but then thinking better of it. First of all, I wasn't following you, she said. Who said you were? Luke asked with a smile. Color bloomed in FARNAY Porpheus's cheeks beneath her thin covering of reddish down. All right, maybe I was. That's better, Luke said. I don't think you are. You are cut out to be a spy. You just got caught by C-3PO. FARNAY scoured. I trailed you to the depot last night and heard you asking about the towers and about EEDIT. I could have warned you how they'd react. 3PO came clanking up behind Luke, complaining about mud in his joints. You know about EEDIT, Luke asked. What is it? Just a bunch of ruins. But the Empire doesn't allow anyone to go there. It was a temple for the sorcerers in the old war before they tried to take over the galaxy and had to be destroyed. Luke winced at hearing the Empire's lie on the lips of this young girl, but the Imperial propaganda was less important than what FARNAY had revealed. The towers were a Jedi temple, and the Force was calling him there. So the guides won't go there because the Empire forbids it, Luke asked. Well, and it's haunted. That's the story anyway. Haunted by what? By the spirits of those who died there. FARNAY said. They say in In the end, the sorcerers summoned a demon warrior to help them defend against the machines. Only the spell went wrong, so the demon killed them and imprisoned them there forever. A demon, 3PO said, "Oh dear." Luke raised an eyebrow, and Fernay shrugged. "I don't believe it either," she said. I think the guides like telling that story better than admitting that they are too afraid of PORST. He owns most of the equipment in TIKAROO, and if you cross him, he won't rent to you. But I can take you there. I know the way. I don't believe in demons, and I'm not afraid of ghosts. Luke must have looked skeptical, because Fernay stomped her foot impatiently. Think I can't? Think I can't. I have led hunting parties into the jungle plenty of times, you know. I have got my own hunting rifle, a real one, not a pea shooter like the one in your holster, and I know how to use it. Brought back plenty of PIKHRON skins to sell to OPURST, and he knows better than to try and cheat me. Why? I have even got a pack beast. All you have got to do is lend me the credits to rent a few pieces of gear that we need. Wouldn't we need more than one pack beast? Luke asked. Fernay looked away with a scowl. Mine would do, she muttered. He's a bit small, but he's strong, I think. I'd better see. This pack beast of yours, fine, Fernay said, and marched away, with Luke hurrying to catch up. She led him to a small house on the edge of the jungle. Outside, a leathery skinned quad QUAD was tied to a stake. The beast raised its head, munching grass contentedly, and bleated at them. I am not programmed for zoology, but this animal appears to be a juvenile. 3PO said. Luke sighed and rubbed the beast's nose, smiling as the animal closed its eyes and chirped happily. I'm sure he's very strong, Fernay, but the two of us plus my droids would be too much for him to carry. You know that. Fernay turned away, head down, and kicked at the door. But the information about EEDIT purpose is valuable, Luke said, reaching into his jacket to give her some credits. Let me, Fernay turned, already waving her hand dismissively. But whatever she planned to say died in her throat. Her eyes went wide, and Luke realized she'd seen the lightsaber under his jacket. Before he could say anything, she'd taken a step back and drawn a small, but wicked-looking pistol from her tool belt. You touch that laser sword, and I will shoot you, she said, and you will get the same if you try to take over my brain. I have heard the stories, so don't try it. 3PO let out a squawk of protest, and Luke raised his hand slowly, imagining his dreams coming to nothing because he frightened a teenage farm girl into shooting him. Fanay, take it easy, he said. I'm not a Jedi. The lightsaber belonged to my father. He's dead. It's my only connection to him. That was true, he thought sourly. What are you then? Fanay demanded. You are paying Dad a crazy amount of credits not to report your ship to the Empire. Are you some kind of rebel? A rebel? Master KORL is a hyperspace scout, as he told your father, 3PO said. Don't you know it's rude to question your elders, young lady, to say nothing of pointing weapons at them? Something was whispering in Luke's brain, offering him reassurance and telling him what to do. What to do. It's all right, 3PO. Fanay put the gun down. We both know you are not going to shoot me. I will too. Luke lowered his hand slowly and looked into Fanay Podfierce's eyes. My real name is Luke Skywalker, and I am a rebel. I'm fighting to restore freedom to the galaxy. Oh dear, 3PO said. Fanay blinked at him, then lowered her pistol. Her hands were shaking. By getting rid of the Empire? But that would mean Chaos and disorder. No, it wouldn't, Luke said. It would mean peace and justice for everyone, instead of just a privileged few. You're crazy. Overthrowing the Empire is impossible. It's not impossible, Luke said, remembering how he'd used the Force to guide his proton torpedo to its target on the Death Star. Sometimes it feels that way, I know. But people like me are working together on thousands of worlds to resist the Empire. And on thousands more worlds, people are realizing that the Empire's order comes at an enormous price. Planets ruined and lives lost, all to feed the Emperor's greed. Fanay looked off into the jungle. Before the war with the droids. When my parents were young, people in this town were farmers, she said. They followed the old ways, living in harmony with the forest elders. That's what PIKHRON means in our language. Then the Empire came. The governor wanted to go on a PIKHRON hunt, but no one would take him. So the Emperor told us we couldn't send our crops to market. They left them to rot in the fields. It was lead, the hunts or starve. Luke nodded. It was a small quality compared with the crushing of freedom on so many worlds, not to mention the obliteration of Alderaan. But Luke knew the Empire wasn't just warships and stormtroopers. It was a billion small qualities, winding up what people cherish and leaving ruin and hopelessness behind. Now most of the villagers don't care about the old ways, and there aren't many PIKHRONs left in the jungle. Fanay said, my father makes his living fixing the Outlander starships. He won't serve as a guide, but you do, Luke said gently. My mother died last year. last year, Farnay said, tears starting in her eyes. I had to do something, or we would have lost uh, our house. Dad was so angry with me, but what choice did I have? But it, but it doesn't matter. No one hires me unless there isn't anybody else left. I have never bagged a Pikhoron. No skins, huh? None. Farnay said that smiled wanly. I'm not sad about that part, but things will be different now. Here in Tikaro. That's why the rebels sent you here, isn't it? To help us. To help us. No, Luke said, I wasn't sent here. I was called to the temple. Farnay took a step back, looking weary. She slowly began to raise her blaster. Called? Called by what? I don't know, Luke admitted. It's hard to explain, but I'm afraid my mission is there, not here. Farnay turned away, head bowed in disappointment. But if you are patient, I promise I will find a way to help. Tikaro, he said. He said, somehow what I find in the temple will show me how to do that. I don't understand, Farnay said. Luke smiled. He could almost feel the force humming around them, binding the jungle and its creatures together. Neither do I, Luke said. Not yet, but I will. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.